Hello, this is BBC News. I'm Lewis Vaughan Jones. The headlines. High-stakes talks between Russia and the US trying to reduce the risk of a wider conflict in Ukraine, with this firm warning from Washington.
If any Russian military forces move across Ukraine's border, that's a renewed invasion. It will be met with swift, severe, and a united response from the United States.
Aid agencies say an airstrike by the Saudi-led coalition on a prison in Yemen has killed dozens. The Constitutional Council in France approves government plans to require proof of coronavirus vaccination to enter bars and cinemas. And the show won't go on, at least not yet, for Adele in Las Vegas because of the pandemic. Hello and welcome if you're watching on PBS in the US and around the world. First, the US and Russia remain at a diplomatic standoff with their military assets standing by. After months of escalating tensions, the two superpowers have been holding talks about Ukraine, which NATO fears is the next sovereign territory Moscow wants to seize through force. Remember, it's less than a decade since Russia annexed Crimea. Russia says it's concerned NATO is sending weapons and military expertise to Ukraine and wants guarantees that the organisation will pull back from its borders. Well, speaking after the talks in Geneva, Russia's Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov, said the dialogue would continue and his country had no plans to attack Ukraine. Well, Russia is understood to have more than 100,000 troops currently near its border with Ukraine and has also sent forces to take part in what it says are military exercises in neighbouring Belarus. Several NATO countries have sent advisors to help train Ukrainian forces and also provide logistical support. Our diplomatic correspondent James Landale said this.
More Russian forces on the move. Surface-to-air missiles in the country's far east, due to join what Moscow says are military exercises near Ukraine. Part of the growing build-up of troops and equipment revealed by images of strategic locations close to the border. What Western powers fear may be preparation for war. But for now, the diplomacy continues too. America's and Russia's top diplomats met in Geneva and at first couldn't even agree how to greet one another, with one question on everyone's lips.
Is an invasion likely, as President Biden suggested?
Mr. Lavrov seemed to suggest it was up to the United States and later dismissed talk of invasion as hysterical rhetoric designed to provoke Ukraine.
What does Russia want most?